Happy Earth Day! Today is one of my absolute favorite days. You guys know I'm big into recycling and keeping our environment healthy and clean. So today is actually the 50th anniversary, so it's a super big year for Earth Day. So we're celebrating 50 years of having Earth Day. Some fun facts is Earth Day is always on April 22nd. So it's kind of like a birthday, just like my birthday is November 3rd. Every single year it's on November 3rd. That's exactly how Earth Day is. So next year it will also be on April 22nd, no matter what day of the week that it's on. So the important thing about Earth Day is it's just a day for all of us to reflect on what can we do to better our environment, what can we do to be more sustainable, just being more conscious on things. It's really important. I know some places that people live don't have areas to recycle, but you can always bring your items to school. So if you have a milk carton, make sure to always wash it out and then you can recycle it. If you are drinking a milk carton at home or even a milk bottle that's made of plastic, you can always rinse it out first and then put it in the recycling bin. If you don't have one at home, definitely bring it to school and put it in our recycling bin because recycling is super, super important. Why is it important? Well, that's less waste that goes into the landfills, so that's helpful. But also when waste goes into the landfills, then it actually increases our air pollution because it's breaking items down. And I know in class we've talked numerous times about recycling and different things like that, but I know you should know this because I tell you all the time. For example, a glass bottle. A glass bottle takes 1,000,000 years to break down. So whatever you're using that's glass, let's say a spaghetti jar, spaghetti sauce jar, I know that you guys all eat that, so that's something we can probably relate to. Make sure to wash it out and put it in the recycle bin. If it goes in the trash can, was that really worth 1,000,000 years here on Earth? I don't think so. So please really, really, really emphasize at home to recycle. Paper is one of the biggest things that we can recycle. We can also reduce. We can reduce by not using so many maybe Publix bags, those plastic bags. Make sure to bring your own bags so that we're constantly reusing items. So think about just using a plastic bag one time at Publix. Was it really worth the thousands of years that it's going to take to go ahead and break down? Now, when items are breaking down inside of the earth, it actually breaks down into chemicals, and it's buried into our earth, so those chemicals then seep into our soil, and then when plants are growing or it gets into our water. So it's really, really important that we're always recycling. We've talked a couple times also in class that God didn't make these items. These are made by man, and of course God gave us the intelligence and the materials to be able to do that, but God's given us everything here on earth that we need. So before we had all of these plastics and all of these different things, we used to weave baskets, or we used to weave bags out of palms and all kinds of different utilities that were here that God had already provided for us. For example, let's think about an apple, right? An apple grows from a tree. We can eat the apple, and then everything that apple is that we don't eat can then go back into the earth. It can then decompose, and it can produce nutrients that go into the soil and then can help grow new plants. God doesn't just have plastic bags hanging from the trees for us to put the apples in. So when you go to the supermarket, try to not buy apples that are in plastic bags. Try to just buy the single apples, or maybe you can go to like a market on Saturdays. I live in Lake Mary, and they have a small one over in downtown Lake Mary, and I bring my own bags and then I put my groceries in there. So these are just some things to think about. It's definitely hard because plastics and things are convenient. For example, Brantley, he doesn't really eat very good. His favorite things to eat are dairy products and carbs, which are okay, but that's really all he eats. He's not a big vegetable and fruit guy. So in order for him to eat those, I've tried making smoothies, and I've tried putting it in yogurt, and I've tried everything, but really he'll only eat one flavor pouch. And I hate buying pouches because all that's in there is mashed up fruit, right? I could just go to the grocery store and buy fruit and mash it up for him, but he'll only eat it in this one type of pouch. So it's really important that when you're doing things like that for convenience, for easiness, that you try to find an alternate route. So see if you can recycle it. Sometimes you can't just throw it in the recycling bin. You have to take it to a special recycling center. but make sure that you're looking at those things, and maybe you're going to choose not to use some items like those pouches because they can't be recycled easily. All right, so I hope that you guys look around your house and that you start finding things that you can recycle more of, or maybe you can find an alternate thing. So, okay, this isn't good for the environment, so I'm gonna stop using this. I can use this instead. All right, well, you guys have a very, very, very wonderful Earth Day. I cannot wait to see your projects. Today, you're gonna do something similar to what you did on Monday, which were beautiful. Today, you can make anything that you want, anything at all. We're gonna do an art project, and I think that Mrs. Holt and Mrs. Summers are doing something similar, so maybe you can just use this for both assignments. I haven't looked at their stipulations on that yet, but definitely make anything that you want. Think about items that you have around the house. I know toilet paper is a really big thing right now. Maybe you have some empty rolls of toilet paper that you can use. Maybe you've got egg cartons. Maybe you just have newspapers. You can do whatever you want. Make anything that you want. Maybe you could have something that you could help decorate your house. Maybe something you can hang outside. I know that I've made a bird feeder in the past. Maybe if you have like a 2-liter bottle of soda. So definitely look into recycling. You can certainly use Bing for help if you're not creative like me, and if you need to kind of spark your ideas. But really try, just come up with something. Maybe go look for a bunch of materials. Maybe go search in your recycling bin and say, okay, I have all of these things, and then think about what you can put together and make. All right, so on Monday, you had to do something that represented the globe. You had to do something that represented planet Earth, right? Today, you can make anything that you want. I've posted some examples in the attachments, so that just might give you some ideas of what you can do. You can definitely go bigger. You can do whatever you want, all right? So have fun. Have a great day. I miss you guys.